get started. All right. So I'm going to share my screen so that you all can see my screen. Then we can move forward from there. All right. I want to use the opportunity. Sorry, let me quickly do one or two things before so that there's no any disruption in class. So I want to use this opportunity to welcome you to the Ultimate Excel webinar brought to you by Digital World Tech Academy, right? So what are we going to talk about today? In today's webinar, we are going to talk about Master Excel, that is getting the skill, then unlock opportunity and build income, right? Master the skill. You need to master the skill, then unlock the opportunity and build the income, right? So here I just said, excel your way into the digital economy, right? All right, so let's move forward. If you have any questions, so this class is going to be in 4 sections, right? 4 different sections. We are going to talk about the theoretical aspect of data analysis. What is data analysis with Microsoft Excel? What is data analysis? Types of data analysis, right? We are going to talk about that. Then after that, we go into the world of Excel, right? We start from the total basics. So whether you are new or you have some knowledge about Excel, don't worry, we are starting from the total basics today, right? From the total basics, introduction to Microsoft Excel. That is what we are starting with today. Then after the theoretical aspect, we go into the monetization aspect. How can you monetize your Excel skill? How can you monetize your Excel skill, right? Monetization of your skill. How can you do it? Various ways I've used to monetize my skill, using freelancing and other ways, right? And I'm also going to show you some cool stuff on different freelancing platforms. The one that I use, and also mention the one that I don't use, right? I'm going to talk about that. Then after that aspect, we are going to go into practical aspects. What are people paying for? How can you do it if you get that type of project, right? We are going to do that in the practical section. Then after the practical section, we'll go into the question and answer section, where I will allow you to unmute so that you can ask me any question at all related to Excel, right? So we're going to talk about all those ones in the question and answer section before we end tonight's webinar and move forward to the next class, right? So that is how it's going to be. So I need you to do one or two things for me. Get yourself a pen and a jotter, right? So that you can jot down, right? Jot down your question. If you have any question, you can jot it down. So when we get to the question and answer section, you don't forget. So you can ask me all your questions, because while I'm taking the class, I might not be able to answer all your questions at the same time. Do you understand? So it's better for you to jot it down. When we get to the question and answer section, you raise your hand, and I will allow you to unmute and ask your question, right? So, and another thing is to get yourself a bottle of water. We are going to learn, we are going to laugh, we are going to do a whole lot of other things together in today's webinar, right? So are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for me? Let me know if you all are ready. Let me know if you all are ready. Let me know if you all are ready. Are you all ready? Yes or no? Okay. All right, all right, all right. That is great, that is great, that is great. Okay, so who is this guy? Drop your hand first. We are not taking any question now, Mr. John. Drop your hand. We are not taking any question now. When we get to the question and answer section, I will answer all your questions. So who is this guy speaking with you? Who is this guy speaking with you? This is me right here. My name is Sani Akim Abiodun, right? I'm a computer instructor, a data analyst, data scientist, digital marketer, and also a freelancer. I do freelancing as a side hustle, right? And I made money from there, right? I'm also a data analyst full-time, a data scientist instructor full-time, right? Also do digital marketer in some aspects, actually not so deep, but I can run Facebook ads very well, right? Even if you wake me up today, I can teach you Facebook ads from the beginning to the end, right? That's what I do. And I also do freelancing. I use platform like Upwork and Fiverr, and I'm also going to show you how to get gigs, projects on Upwork today, right? But currently I work with Digital World Tech Academy. I'm a partner at Digital World Tech Academy, and at Digital World Tech Academy, we've been able to train over 15,000 students last year, both online and offline. So we offer online training and we do physical training, right? So we train people and organization on different tech courses, ranging from Microsoft Office packages, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, G Suite, Access, Publisher. We do all those, right? Also data analysis, which is my field, digital marketing, cybersecurity, web design and web development, DevOps, different thing. UI, UX, in as much as you want to learn tech, we are here. Whether you are closer to our location or you want to do it online, we are here to help. And in 2024, we were able to train over 3,000 students physically and more than 10,000 students online and 5 organizations. So we also offer corporate training, whereby we go to people's organization to train them, right? So we also do that here at Digital World Tech Academy. All right, so let's talk about Digital World a bit before we get started. So if you're looking for me around here, this is me right here. For those of you that are looking for me, this is me right here. If you don't see me, this is me right here. The same polo with my ID card and my face cap, always on, right? So about the Institute, Digital World is an online and physical learning platform with the aim of making the tech skill affordable and accessible for everyone, right? That is what we are into, right? And our mission is to make computer education very accessible and affordable to Nigerians and Africa in general, right? That is that. So we're still going to talk more about Digital World at the end of the program, but without wasting too much of our time, so we should get started right now. Okay, so let's talk about data analysis before we actually go into Excel. Excel is one of the backbone of data analysis, right? If you actually want to go into data analysis, my advice is you learn Excel very well. You need to be good with Microsoft Excel, right? You actually need to be good with Microsoft Excel if you want to go into data analysis. Now, let's talk about data analysis. What is data analysis, which is my field? I actually love data analysis very well. I love it so much. Like, I'm still learning on it every single day. I'm still trying to develop myself every single day, because there'll be some time where I see some projects, I'm like, wow, I want to go for this project. It's going to actually make me learn more, right? So as an analyst, you should always be ready to learn and learn and learn and learn. If you are lazy, don't bother to come into this tech. Whatever the tech course you actually want to go into, be ready to learn and learn and learn and learn, right? So you can't just say, okay, because I know Excel, then I want to stop there. Or because I know cybersecurity, I want to stop there. You have to keep on learning, right? So let's talk about data analysis. What is data analysis? Data analysis is the process of examining, organizing, transforming, and interpreting raw data to extract meaningful insights, identify patterns, and support decision making. Let me take that again. Data analysis is the process of examining, organizing, transforming, and interpreting raw data to extract meaningful insights, identify patterns, and support decision making. Now, let's break it down one by one. So here I said data analysis is the process of examining your data, right? The very first step is to examine your data. How do you know the type of data you are dealing with? Now, the moment someone sends you data, you need to know, is this a sales data set? Is this a retail data set? Is it related to employment or HR and other stuff? You need to know the type of data you are dealing with, right? After knowing the type of data you are dealing with, the next thing is, which software can I use to deal with this data, right? It's not all data that Excel can deal with. It's not all data that you can use Power BI. It's not all data that you can use Python, right? So, and you have some clients that they will tell you, don't use Excel for my data, use Power BI. But for me, I basically focus more on Excel. I take projects on Python, but not every time, right? But most of the time, I take most of my projects on Excel because I love working with Excel, right? I love working with Excel. I take projects on Power BI, SQL, but not as much as I do on Excel, right? So you need to know the software that will help you to achieve what you want to achieve. So if I want to do data cleaning now, I know I can use Excel to do data cleaning, but I prefer to use Power Query to do data cleaning, right? But there are some clients that will tell you, use Excel for this data cleaning, use Power BI, use SQL, use Python, right? There are some people that will actually tell you that. So you need to know the type of software that you use to deal with your data, right? That is still part of examining your data. After that, you also need to know what you want to do with the data, right? Do I need to clean this data before getting insight, right? Now, if I want to clean, what are the things that I need to do? Do I need to merge this data? Now, all those things that you are thinking of is the process of examination. You need to examine your data, right? Examine your data. Now, after examining your data, the next thing is organizing your data. Organizing your data, right? That is, now you should know that your data will not come from one source, especially if you are working with an organization that have different departments, right? So your data will come from sales department, your data will come from HR department, your data will come from marketing department, right? Customer service department. Now, organizing it, merging them together, right? That is making your data complete master data, right? Organizing your data in such a way that, okay, you know that you can get a good insight from this data, right? Now, after that, the next thing is transforming your data. We call it data transformation or data cleaning, right? Data transformation or data cleaning. You clean your data. Now, before you can get a good insight from your data, you need to actually clean your data. You can't get a good information from unclean data. So your data must be clean, properly clean, before you can get insights. Now, after you have done cleaning your data, the next thing is interpreting your data, getting insight from your data, right? Getting insight. Let's say you want to build visualization, right? What is visualization? How many of you have heard about visualization? If you've heard about visualization, say yes. Or can you tell me one or two things about visualization? Like, so I want to create visuals with this data. I want to create dashboard with this data. Dashboard and visualization, they are the same thing, right? So just type it, just type it, just type it. Just type it. Just type it. What is visualization? What do you understand by visualization? If I say, okay, I want to generate insight, I want to create a visual from this data. Can you tell me? No experience. If you don't have any knowledge about it, don't worry. Okay. One can use chat to create visual. That's great. That's great. Visualizing data through chat. Okay, that's nice. Now, a data visualization is the process, is a graphical representation. Let me put it that way. It's a graphical representation of your data, right? I'm going to show you an example when we get there. A graphical representation of your data, whereby you put your data in a chart, right? You put your data in a chart, right? Highlighting the KPIs, key performance indicator. You understand? Graphical representation of your data, and there are different type of charts that you can actually work with. There are different type of charts that we can actually work with. When we get to the practical section, I'm going to show you that, right? So you represent your data in charts, graphs, right? So now data analysis involves a range of techniques and tools depending on the type and complexity of the data, and as well as the goal of the analysis, right? So like I said earlier, it's not all data that Excel can deal with. It's not all data that you want to use Power BI. There are some data whereby you want to use it in SPSS, right? There are some data whereby you want to use it in Python. You want to use it in R. You understand? So it depends on the complexity of the data. That is what will determine the software that you are going to use. Do you all understand that? Are you with me? Wake up, wake up. If you don't have water, tell me, I'll give you a virtual water. Right? If you don't have water, tell me, I'll give you a virtual water. Are you here with me? Are you still here with me? Yes or no? Let me know if you're here with me. Okay. Some people are still sleeping here. You better take your time, or I'm going to see. Okay, before you know now, I'll come to your house. Then I'll brush your teeth. I'll remove one of your teeth. Right? Is it that you remove my teeth or I'll remove your teeth if you are sleeping? Okay, all right. No problem. Let's wait and see. Before you know now, you see me in your house. No worry. Okay, no problem. Let's talk about different types of data analysis. Types of data analysis. Let's talk about that. Now, the very first type of data analysis in which we all start from, you're actually going to start from there. Whether you are new, you are a pro, that's where you are going to start from, right? The very first type of data analysis is what we call descriptive analysis. Descriptive analysis, whereby descriptive analysis focus more on what has happened in the past, right? So descriptive analysis summarizes past data to understand what has happened over a period of time, right? What has happened over a period of time. That is descriptive analysis. You are describing what has happened in the past. You are getting insights from what has happened, right? So you have a data set now. What is our total revenue, right? What is our total unit sold? Which product is the best performing product? Which customer is our best customer? Let's say we want to give this customer a gift. So we want to know our best customer, right? You want to know the best performing manager. All those ones, it has already happened, right? Now you have the data, you are generating insight from the data, right? Let's say you have 5 branches or 10 branches. So you want to know the branches with the highest revenue so that you can reward the manager or you can reward the staff. Now, this event has already happened, right? So you are analyzing the data to generate insight from what has happened in the past. That is what we call descriptive analysis. You are describing what has happened in the past. Are we together? You are describing what has happened in the past. That is descriptive analysis. Now, the next thing is what we call diagnostic analysis. Diagnostic analysis. What is diagnostic analysis? Diagnostic analysis focus on why does this happen, right? So you are now finding the reason behind your past outcome. So for instance, you are not making sales in the month of May or in the month of April, in the month of March. Why are we not making sales, right? Why is this branch performing better than this branch? Is it because of the location? Is it because they are selling different products? You want to know why a certain event happened, right? That is diagnostic analysis. That is diagnostic analysis. That's why you will see when we are analyzing data, we are giving something called recommendation, right? You are giving something called recommendation. So let me show you an example of what I said. What I meant by that, when I did one analysis for this is on Power BI, right? And please, I'm not going to show you, maybe I'll just show you a bit of the visualization, but I'm not going to show you that much. So it's still coming up, but while it's coming up, let's continue with this. Now, you remember I said diagnostic analysis focus on why a certain event happened. Now, as an analyst, you are giving recommendation, you are giving references, right? Why does this happen? Why are they not making sales? That is recommendation. You are going to give recommendation based on what you get from your descriptive analysis, right? From your analysis. Let me see if it has come up. So it has not come up. Okay, it's coming up. Let's continue here, right? I'm going to show you an example of that very soon once this Power BI comes up. The next thing is what we call predictive analysis. Predictive analysis. Now, you are predicting the future. What might happen in the future, right? For instance, for an example of predictive analysis is weather forecast. Why is this taking so long? It's weather forecast, right? Now, if you look on my screen, you see something here called this 28 degrees centigrade that is saying mostly cloud, right? This is an example of predictive analysis. You are doing forecasting, right? You are saying, okay, we made so sales in the last month, so it's possible for us to make these sales in the next 2 months, in the next 3 months. That is forecasting, predicting the future, right? That is another example of data. That is another example of data analysis, another type, rather, of data analysis, whereby you are predicting the future. And we have different tools that can actually help us to do this. So with Excel, you can use what we call the forecast. Well, I don't know why this is taking too long, right? We use forecast. I'm going to show you an example of that very soon when we get there, right? When we get to the practical section, I'm going to show you how we forecast using Microsoft Excel. You have three different ways you can forecast in Microsoft Excel, but I'll show you one. Another thing that you can use is what we call the machine learning algorithm, right? You can also use machine learning algorithm when you are writing something in scikit-learn, right? In Python. So you can use something like linear regression, right? You can use something called random forest. You can use support vector machine. All those ones, you can use it to predict the future, right? So they gave you 2020, 2021, 2022 data sets, and they asked you to predict 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, right? That is an example of predictive analysis. You are predicting what will happen in the future, right? So the next one, which is the last one that I'm going to talk about, I don't know why this is taking so long, which is the last one I'm going to talk about, is what we call prescriptive analysis. Prescriptive analysis. Now, machine has already predicted that, okay, in the next 2-3 years, I'm going to make over 50,000 sales, right? Now, what are the actionable steps? What are the steps that will enable me to achieve what machine has already predicted for me? Do you get that? Now, that is prescriptive analysis. You are giving out actionable steps. What are the things? What are the things I need to do for me to achieve what machine has already predicted? Now, for instance, on my freelancing platform, let's say I used to get 5 projects per week, right? 5 projects. Then I gave my results to machine learning algorithm or to Excel. And I asked it, okay, predict the next 2 months or 3 months. And machine predicted to me that, okay, in the next 2-3 months, I'm going to be getting 10 projects per week or 15 projects per week. Now, what does that tell me? What are the steps? Because machine has already predicted that, that doesn't mean I should keep repeating what I'm doing, right? So if I'm sending out 2 proposals on daily basis, that means I need to intensify more effort. I need to be sending about 15 proposals, 10 proposals for me to be able to be getting 10 jobs per week. Do we understand this now? Do we understand the types of data analysis that we have? Do we all understand the types of data analysis that we have? If anybody should come to you now and ask you, mention the type of data analysis, can we all do that? Yes or no? I don't know why my Power BI is not coming up. Maybe they don't want me to show you that example. I don't know. I did I loaded some big things on my laptop recently. So that's why it's lagging. I don't know why it's not coming up. But nevertheless, we can, maybe I'll show you in another class. Sure. Maybe I'll show you in another class. Are you learning something? Prescriptive analysis. I said prescriptive analysis focus on the actionable step that will help me to achieve what machine has already predicted for me, right? So prescriptive analysis focus on what are the actionable steps that will help me to achieve what machine has already predicted for me. Do you understand that now? All right, let's go into tools used by data analysts. What are the tools used by an analyst? Now, if you want to become a very good data analyst, the very first thing you need is learning Microsoft Excel. You need to be very, very good with Microsoft Excel. Right? Predictive is forecasting the future, right? That is predictive. You are forecasting, right? You are trying to predict what will happen in the future. But prescriptive analysis now is the machine has already predicted something for you, right? So if you are selling phone now, machine predicted that, okay, you are going to sell 50 pieces of this phone in one day, right? Let's say you used to sell 5 in a day or 10 in a day. Then the machine predicted that, okay, you are going to sell over 50 on daily basis. Now, machine has done its part. The next thing is prescriptive. What are the actionable steps that you need to take for you to be able to achieve what machine has already predicted for you, right? So do you need to work on your marketing? Do you need to run an advert? Do you need to work on your storage? Do you need to work on your distribution process? All those things are what we call prescriptive analysis, the actionable step that will help you to achieve what machine has already predicted for you. Now let's go into these tools used by an analyst. Tools used by an analyst. Now, the very first tools we all start from is learning Microsoft Excel and be good with it. Because with Microsoft Excel, you can do everything, right? You can analyze data, you can visualize data, you can clean data, right? So Microsoft Excel is powerful, easy to use, and perfect for data analysis. That is why we are focusing on that today. So it helps you to organize data. In fact, sometimes if I'm working on a project and I say that I don't want to write too much code, let's say I get a project on Python and I don't want to write too much code, I'll just take it to Excel, do whatever I want to do there just to minimize my code, then take it there after I'm done with Excel, then I'll load it into Python so that I don't need to write much code, right? So Microsoft Excel is a very, very powerful tool, and it's very, very easy to use, and it's perfect for data analysis, especially if you are just getting started. So it helps you organize, clean, and analyze data quickly with tools like pivot table. So we have pivot table there, right? We have pivot table, we have charts, right? And you have advanced function. And for the basics, for those that are just starting, you actually don't need to have any coding. You don't need to write any line of code. Now, I'm not saying there is no coding aspect of Excel, right? There is coding aspect of Excel, which we call VBA, but you actually don't need that. If you want to become a data analyst, you don't need to go into VBA, right? You don't need to go there. But we are still going to talk about that when we get there. Another tool used by an analyst is what we call SQL, Structured Query Language. Now, take for instance, let's say you order something on Amazon, right? So how many of us knows Amazon? Do you know Amazon very well? Let me know if you know Amazon. How many of us knows Amazon very well? What are they into? I'm waiting. Wake up. Tell me, answer me. Do you know Amazon? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you know Amazon? Yes or no? I'm waiting for people. Can you all hear me? Okay. Amazon is an e-commerce website, right? They are into e-commerce websites. Now, if you order something on Amazon, right, where do you think your information goes to? If you order something on Amazon, where do you think your information goes to? If you order something on Amazon, where do you think, okay, how do you think Amazon will get to know, okay, so person has ordered shoe, so person has ordered bag? It goes directly to their database, right? The information goes directly to their database that, okay, Mr. User has ordered shoe, right? Mr. Briggs has ordered wristwatch, right? It goes directly into their database. Now, how do you think they fetch those information from their database? They use what we call structured query language, SQL, right? They use SQL. So SQL is used to manage and query large database. So what do we mean by query? Sending requests, right? So you are sending requests to the database to fetch a certain information. Do you understand? You are sending requests to a database to fetch certain information. So I want to know the number of people that ordered shoe today, right? You want to get that information from SQL, from the database. So you send SQL, hey, Mr. SQL, I want you to go into our database. Give me all the number of people that order something today. So I want to see the people that order shoes today. I want to see the people that order wristwatch today. I want to see the people that order bags today, right? That's the function of SQL. And who are the people that are into that? Is a data analyst. It's your job as a data analyst to manage a database, right? To manage database. And the tools we use is what we call the SQL. So we use SQL to manage and query large database. Now, another thing is what we call Power BI, which is one of the tools that I also love to use, right? I also love to use Power BI, right? Power BI. Power BI is data visualization and business intelligence tools that help us to create visualization, right? Basically, Power BI is so good with creating visualization. right? I don't know why this one does not come up. If not, I don't know why it does not come up. I don't know. I could have shown you some things in Power BI. Power BI is a tool used by an analyst to create visualization, right? And it's also linked to what we call Power Query. Power Query is a tool that we use to clean our data, right? It's a ED extraction, transform, and load, ETL, right? So it's used basically for data cleaning, right? So it's also linked to Power Query because Power BI is also developed by Microsoft. Another tools used by an analyst is what we call Python, right? So with libraries like Pandas and Matplotlib, we use it to manipulate data, right? Some of my data science students now are in Pandas. They are now manipulating data, right? And Matplotlib, we use it to visualize. That's what we use to create charts. We use Matplotlib, we use Seaborn to create charts, right? And if we want to write our machine learning algorithm, we use scikit-learn. Are you getting it? So Python is one of the tools also used, but Python is code-based. You are writing your code. Do you understand? You are the one writing your code. So Python is not like Excel, whereby you will see one ribbon, you are clicking, you are clicking. No, you are writing your code yourself. So if I want to load data, I write code. pd.read underscore this. You are writing your code, right? You want to visualize, then you import matplotlib, right? Pip install, right? Import matplotlib.spyplot as PLT, import Seaborn as SNS. You are doing all those things. Now it's code based. Now, because of our limited time, I won't be able to show you that. But maybe at the end of the webinar, I might decide to show you. All right. Now, we've actually talked about the tools. So let's start with the very first tools used by an analyst, which is Microsoft Excel. Are you ready to go into the world of Excel now? Are you all ready to go into the world of Excel? Are you enjoying yourself? Are you learning something and enjoying yourself? If yes, just type in let's go. If you are learning something and you are enjoying yourself, just type in let's go. All right. If not, let me know. Maybe I should add music, right? If not, let me know. Maybe I should add music. All right. Okay, that's great. So let's talk about Microsoft Excel. What is Microsoft Excel? So to do this, I'm going to actually open my Excel. I'm using the latest version of Excel, which is Excel 365. So I'm going to open my Microsoft Excel down so that I will use that to explain it. All right. So let's start from Microsoft Excel. What is Microsoft Excel? Because that is one of the reasons why we are here today. What is Microsoft Excel? Getting the skills, right? So Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet program that we use to record and analyze numerical and statistical data sets. So Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet program that we use to record and analyze numerical and statistical data sets. So Microsoft Excel provides multiple features. Microsoft Excel provides multiple features to perform various operations like calculation, pivot table, graph tools, macro programming. Leave macro programming for now because we actually don't want to go into that, right? We don't want to go into the programming aspect of Excel, but you just know that, okay, there is what we call macro programming, right, in Microsoft Excel, which we call VBA. Now, why do we even call it spreadsheet? Why do we call it spreadsheet? Now, if you know, in Microsoft Word, we use docs. We work with documents, right? We work with documents. Now, in PowerPoint, what you see on my screen now, we use slide, right? So this is PowerPoint slide. So we make use of slide in PowerPoint. Now, in Excel, if I open my Excel, we make use of sheet, right? So we make use of sheet. That's why we call it spreadsheet or worksheet. Do you understand? So that is why we call it spreadsheet or worksheet, because we make use of sheets in Microsoft Excel. All right. Let's move forward now. Now, an Excel spreadsheet can be understood as a collection of columns and rows that form a table, right? Excel spreadsheet can be understood as a collection of columns and rows that forms a table, right? Alphabetical letters are usually assigned to the column, while numbers are assigned to the row. The point where column and row meet is called a cell, and the address of a cell is given by letter representing the columns and number representing the row. Forget about that gibberish. Let's go into Excel and explain it very well. Now, this is an Excel spreadsheet for those of us that are new. This is an Excel spreadsheet for those of us that are totally new, right? Now, Excel spreadsheet is, we have the alphabetical letters and we have the numbers. So let me zoom in so that you can see it very well. I believe everybody can see my Excel screen. Can you all see my Excel screen? Yes or no? Can you all see my Excel screen? Yes or no? All right. So if you look, we have the alphabet here. Columns, all these A, B, C, they are called the columns. So we have the column A, column B, column C, column D, column E, column F, and there are over 16,000 columns, right? There are over 16,000 columns in Excel, right? And we have rows. The numbers I see here is called the rows. So this is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, right? Now, we have over 1 million rows in Excel. We have over 1 million rows. Now, if you look at this, we have a box, right, in this Excel spreadsheet. Now, each of these boxes is called a cell. Each of these boxes now is called a cell. Now, what is a cell? A cell is the basic intersection of rows and columns. Where row and column meet is called a cell, right? So if you look at this column, this is column A, row 1. So, and if you look at it, they both meet here, right? Now, because I'm in this cell, we are going to reference this cell with the column and row. So how do we reference it? We are going to say, okay, I'm in column A, row 1, right? So I'll call this cell cell A1. And if you look at this up here, we have the name box where the cell reference is shown, right? So I'm in cell A1. Now, if I move down here now, I'm in column B, row 3, right? So I'll call this B3. I'm in cell what? B3. If I move down a bit more, so this is C, and I'm in row 6, right? So I'll call this cell C6. I'll call this cell C6. Let me remove my cap so that I can focus very well, right? So we call this cell C6. So if I move down here now, this is E, row 8, right? So I'll call this cell E8. Now, who can guess? Which cell am I? Let me see the very first person that will win my virtual water. Who can guess? Which cell am I? Which cell is this? G5. Yes. So which is cell G5, right? Now, we are good to go, right? And if you see these lines that is showing here, it's called the grid line, right? This line that you see here, these lines that are showing right here is called the grid line. Wake up, wake up, wake up, everybody. Don't let me come to your house, so I'll pour you virtual water, right? I'll pour you water on your head. Okay, we are all still here, right? Hey, what do you people do to my Power BI? I think this is actually the very first time that our Power BI will hang like this. What do you people do to my Power BI? You better talk now. You better start talking. What do you do to my Power BI? I still work on Power BI today. What do you people do to my Power BI? Okay. All right. Well, because of the Linux that is on my laptop, that's why it's lagging. Because I just installed another operating system. Now I have two. I have Windows and I have Linux. Maybe that's right. But you have done something to my Power BI. You are going to pay for it. Today, I will collect money from all of you that we use to close this Power BI. All right. Let's move forward. Why should I study Microsoft Excel? Why should I study Microsoft Excel? Now, Excel isn't just about numbers. It is about opportunities, right? It's not just about numbers. It is about opportunities. I have my Upwork open now, but very soon we are going to get to the monetization and you are going to see the power of Excel, right? You are going to see the power of Excel, whereby people are paying you, whereby people are putting on projects, $100, $50, just to work on one project. You see some projects, $600, $1,000, right? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you where you get it. Now, we all deal with number on daily, right? Every day, we all deal with numbers. Whether it's managing expenses, budgeting income, or tracking a goal. Now, but most people never go beyond the basic maths of Excel. Most people never even think of how do I make money with this Excel, right? That is where Excel becomes powerful, because most people actually don't know. Now, with Excel, you are not just organizing data. You are gaining a tool that businesses, entrepreneurs, and individuals are willing to pay for. You want to manage your own finance better? Excel app, right? You can use Excel to track your finance. You want to offer services to others, which is what I do. Excel app, right? Excel is a good source. Excel is something that you can actually start with to use it to offer your service to others. You want to sell a digital product, you want to sell courses, right? Excel is there to also help you. Now, learning Microsoft Excel means learning how to solve real-life problems, and every solution can be turned into income. How many of us here can help me to solve my problem for free? Let's say I have a problem now. Let's say my car developed an issue, and I want to give it to a mechanic, right? Are they going to solve it for me for free? Do you think the mechanic will just help me to fix my car for free? Answer now, no. So now, if someone comes to you with a problem that, I have problem with this data set, I need you to help me to solve it. Are you going to solve it for free? Someone said it depends. I don't care whatever it depends on. Even if I just want to do servicing alone, just to change oil filter. What did they call it? Yes, oil filter. Right? They are going to collect money. Right? What is the smallest thing that you can fix in your car? They are going to collect money. It does not depend on anything. Is it not those mechanic that we know? Is it not those mechanic? They will collect money. So if they come to you for your problem, for their problem, you can solve it for them for free, right? You can solve it for them for free. Now, every solution can be turned into income. In as much as you want to make money, you might decide, okay, this is my guy, right? Just give me 5K, give me 10K. Simple, right? That is an additional income. And you can charge the same project. This project, let's say you are my friend now, you want to give me a project, I ask you to give me 10K. But in a real life, if you are not my friend, that is not the amount I charge on a project. Even if I want to do basic calculation on Excel, the minimum I charge is 40, 50K. Basic calculation, not even talk of say I want to write code. If I want to write code, I don't charge 50,000. My charge starts from 60, 70,000, depending on the complexity of the code. Right? If I want to create visualization, minimum I charge is 100K just to create visualization. Right? Just to create visualization. I did PowerPoint slide for someone. PowerPoint slide, 8 slide. This thing that you see here on my screen, 8 slide, just 8. I collect 40K. I collected 40K. 8 slide, 8. You don't know it? Me, I spend a lot of time to learn it. Am I going to do it for free? No. You are going to pay me for it, but we are not into the monetization aspects. Let's leave that. Let's move forward. Let's talk about businesses that use Microsoft Excel. Let's talk about leading companies that use Excel. Now, the very first company that I know of, because I have a student that has actually paid me money and is working with Amazon, right? So the very first company that I will talk about is Amazon, because I have a lot of students that work with them. Like about 4 or 5 students that works with Amazon, right? And what I met them with Excel. They came to learn Excel from me, right? The next thing is Cigna, right? Another one is Deloitte. I have a student that work with Deloitte. One student. I'm not going to lie. I have one student that work with Deloitte. And she also came to learn Excel. She's a female. She also came to learn Excel. She also came to learn Microsoft Excel. Another one is Intel, right? JP Morgan. We have Microsoft itself, right? What do you think Microsoft is going to use? They are going to use Excel, right? We have Morgan Stanley. We have PayPal. We have Tesla. And we have United States Bank, right? Now, there are still other big, in fact, most of the banks here in Nigeria, they use Excel, right? I've been to almost all the banks to help them do one or two things on their Excel. Yes, most of the banks here in Nigeria, they use Excel, right? So let's move forward. Let's move forward to the next thing. If you want to learn Excel, you need to know about basic terminologies. There are some basic terminologies that you actually need to know about. Now, the very first one is what we call a cell. And I've explained cell to you earlier, right? A cell is the building block of Excel. That's what Excel is built upon, right? So that is what Excel is built on. If you look, each of these boxes is called a cell, right? So a cell is the building block of Microsoft Excel. So it's the intersection of the rows and column. Now, after a cell, you have what we call a range or an array. So it can be called a range or an array. Now, let's go into Excel. Now, remember I said a cell, if you select one box, it's called a cell, right? If you select one box, it's called a cell. But by the time it becomes 2, 3, 4 like this, then it becomes a range. It becomes what? A range. It becomes a range. So a range is a group of cells. So it can either be called range or an array. Do you understand? It can be called a range or an array. A group of cells is called a range or an array. Do you understand? Are you still with me? Yes or no? Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Are you still here with me? Let me know if you are still here with me. Okay. Trying to check our time to be sure that we are not spending too much of time. Okay. The next thing is what we call the worksheet. I've already explained the worksheet. The worksheet is where Excel stores your text, your numbers, your formulas, everything. That is what we call the worksheet. And I said if you don't want to call it worksheet, you can call it what? Spreadsheet. Right? You can call it spreadsheet. If you don't want to call it a worksheet, you can call it spreadsheet. It's still the same thing. Right? Another thing is what we call workbook. Excel workbook is Excel file. The file, after you are done, you save it. So all these things that you see right on my screen here is what we call the Excel workbook. Right? They are what we call the Excel workbook. Now, if you look at this and this, they are different, right? This is a CSV file, whereby this is Excel file. Do you understand? This is a CSV file. This is Excel file. So whenever you're done working on your worksheet, then you save it. It becomes what? Excel workbook, right? It becomes Excel workbook. An Excel workbook can take as many sheets as possible. All right, let's move forward. The next thing is what we call the ribbons. Ribbons. Ribbons are the graphical menu interface for commands that you use in Excel. Now, you know, every work has their own tools. Now, let's say you are a farmer. No, I'm just kidding. No, you are not a farmer, so that you not come and meet me in the office tomorrow and start beating me and say, you said I'm a farmer and I'm not a farmer. No, I'm just kidding, right? Let's say you are a farmer. If you are going to farm, what are the tools that you need? What are the tools? Right? Answer now. Just say you are a farmer first. At least our forefather used to be a farmer. Is that not correct? Why are you now becoming you are not in Nigeria, or because you are on the island, or you are on the mainland, you are in Lagos, you are now doing big boy, big girl for me. We are all a farmer. Right? Is that not correct? Now you are talking. You are talking. Cutlass, and the tools, right? So we have tools that we use in those days. Water and food. It's not only water and food. Is that what you used to work in, fam, Mr. iPhone? All right. Now we all have the tools that we work with, right? We have tools. The same thing with Excel. If you are working with Excel, we also have our tools. And our tools here are called ribbons. Now, we have the tab that stores the ribbon, right? Each of these tabs, we have the Home tab, we have the Insert tab, we have the Page Layout tab, right? We have the Formula tab, we have the Data, right? We have the Review, we have the View. Now, you're not going to have this CGPA calculator. This is a project that I worked on, right? Now, this is an example of a VBA code. I used VBA to create this. Now, this project I got, it was last month, right, from a school in Canada, and they paid me a lot of money to do this, to just write code. Now, what is this code going to do? It's going to help them to calculate their first semester, their second semester, the third semester, their fourth semester, right, and calculate the CGPA and also generate transcript to Microsoft Word. So it's going to generate the transcript from Excel to Microsoft Word. So you are not going to have this CGPA calculator, you are not going to have it. But now, if you look at each tab, they have different ribbons. Now, all these things I see here, they are called ribbons, right? They are called ribbons. Now, if you look at this also, on the Home tab, you see different ribbons. On the Insert tab, you see ribbon. On the Page Layout, you see ribbon. On the Formulas, you see ribbons, right? Each of these, they have their own functions that they do, right? Now, these are the tools we use to work with in Excel, right? We call them ribbons. Now, let's move forward. Apart from that, we have what we call a function. Now, a function is a group of formulas. A function is a group of formulas that perform similar tasks. Now, if you look up here, you'll notice that we have the formula tabs, right? We have the formula tab and we have the function library right here, right? Now, under that, we have the financial formula, financial function, which have a lot of financial formulas inside it that we use in finance, right? That we use in finance. So we have PMT, we have PPMT, we have price, we have rate, a lot of other things, right? We have a lot of functions, a lot of formulas inside these financial functions, right? In which we used to deal with finance, right? We have the logical function in which we used to deal with logic. So for instance, if I want something to like say, okay, pass or fail, let's say this is your score, right? And you scored 57, right? So let's say people that score above 50, we want them to be passed. If you score less than 50, we want it to fail, right? That is an example of a logical function. So I can say, okay, equals to if, right? Whenever you want to use a formula in Excel, you use equals to. So if you want to do any calculation in Excel, you start with equals to. So you are basically telling Excel that, okay, I want to use formula, right? So I can say, okay, if this score is greater than or equals to 50, right? 50, comma, in double quotes, pass, right? Double quotes, else, double quotes, fail, right? Failed, double quotes, close bracket, press enter. Now you can see this will say pass. So if tomorrow I come back and change this score to 47, this will tell me fail, right? This is an example of a logical function, right? Under that, we also have a text function where we have concatenate, where we have char, we have find, we have a lot of other things. We have the left, we have the mid, we have the lower, upper, proper. We have a lot of text function here, text before, text after, that we also use. We have substitute, which we use to substitute something for another thing, right? Now, after that, we have the date function, whereby, let's say I want to get today's date, right? I can say equals to today, right? I want to get today's date, right? This will give me today's date. If I want to get today's date and time, I can say equals to now, right? Open and close bracket, press enter. This will give me today's date and time. This is another function, right? We have the lookup and reference function, where we have index and match. We have VLOOKUP, we have XLOOKUP, we have HLOOKUP. We have a lot of other things, right, inside that. we have mass and trigonometric function where we have absolute, ABS. Now, what's the function of this ABS? ABS is to turn negative to positive. So, for instance, if I have minus 50 here now, right, and I say, okay, I want to use ABS, I want to change this to positive, right? So, I say equals to ABS, which is absolute. Just select it, right? I know those of you that are new, I'm just showing you an example, right? You can see it becomes positive. That is the function of ABS. Now, the function, all the functions that perform similar tasks, right? They are all the formulas that perform similar tasks, they are grouped together in one function, right? They are grouped together in one function. That is what we call a function. Are we still on the same page? Are we still learning something? Are we still learning something new? Are we learning? Are you still here, people? My people, are you learning? Yes or no? Hey, my people are not here, or they are asleep. If you are sleeping, you know I'm saying it. You know I'm saying it. You just see me in your house now. I'm serious. I don't get work. I don't have anything I'm doing. I can decide not to go to the office tomorrow, to come to your house and remove your teeth. Simple. And tomorrow I don't have writing project that I'm currently working on now. I will just come to your house and remove your teeth. I can come this night. I don't get work. Okay, let's move forward. Let's go into a little bit advanced, right? All those ones that I just did now, they are basics, right? So let's go a little bit into advanced Excel. If you're going into advanced Excel, we have something that we call a table, right? We have a table, right? So a tables are containers for your data, right? Table shows relationship between your data. Now, for instance, if I write my name here, Akim, right? And I come here, I write another name, Abiodun, which is my name, right? Now, to Excel, each of these cells, they are independent, right? This cell stand on its own. These cells stand on its own. So Excel does not see these two cells together, right? To you as human being, you say, okay, Akim, Abiodun, right? It's still the same person. But to Excel, they are different things entirely, right? Now, for you to tell Excel that these two are related, you need to put it in a table, right? You need to do what? Put it in a table. And if you go to the Insert tab, we have a table right here that will put our data, right? We are going to talk about that later. That is the function of a table. And you can see an example of how a table looks right here, right? This is an example of how a table looks. Now, let's move on to the next thing, which is what we call pivot table. Pivot table. A pivot table is a powerful tool that we use to analyze and summarize our data. It is a very, very nice tool. You have to know pivot table. If you want to learn Excel, you have to know pivot table. If you want to become a data analyst, you have to know pivot table. Pivot table is one of the tools that help us to analyze and summarize our data, right? Apart from pivot table, we have another thing called Power Query that I mentioned earlier. Power Query. Power Query is an ETL software that helps us to summarize and analyze our data. Now, note, you can't just go to Google Chrome and say you want to download Power Query. No, it's part of Power BI and it's also part of Excel. You understand? The moment you have Excel, then you have Power Query. So if you go to this data tab now, the very first two sections here belongs to Power Query, right? It belongs to Power Query. The same thing with Power BI. I don't know why my Power BI is not coming up, right? I don't know why, but we have what we call Power Query that we use to clean our data, right? So you can see it right here. This is how it looks, right? If time permits us, I can show you. Now, another thing is what we call VBA, Visual Basic for Automation, right? Visual Basic for Automation or application. So we use VBA is the coding aspect of Excel. VBA is the coding aspect of Excel, where we write our code. Now, you notice this thing that I said I did here is written on VBA. Now, let me show you the interface of VBA. You can see Visual Basic, right? If I open it now, this should open a VBA code for me, right? So if you want to start writing your code, just right click, new module, insert module, right? So this is where we write our code, right? So, right? You start writing your code. This is the coding aspect of Excel, right? This is the coding aspect of Excel, right? This is the coding aspect of Excel. Now, let's go back. Please, let's PQ. I don't understand. Let's PQ come up when you are posting. I don't really PQ. Is it past question? What does PQ mean? All right, that is VBA. Now, let's go into, let's say we all have the skills now. How can I monetize my skill? Should we talk about this or we should be going home? What do you think? Should we talk about this or we should be going home? Let me use 15 minutes to talk about this. Should we talk about this or we should be going home? We've learned a lot of things in Excel, right? Okay, Power Query. We've learned a lot of things in Excel. Let's just leave it now. Please, let's leave it now. Do you want me to show you how I make money with Excel? What do you think? We should leave it, right? All right, let's talk. It's very important. It's very important. Okay. Since you all are begging me, I want that to go into Power Queries. I want that to go into practical section. But since you all want me to talk about it, now I'm showing you my secrets. Now, I've used 3 different ways to make money with Microsoft Excel. 3 different ways. 3 different ways to make money with Microsoft Excel. And I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that in a bit. Right? Now, note. Make money with your new Excel skill. Now, learning Excel, you've just unlocked one of the most important, right, and powerful digital skill out there, which is Microsoft Excel. And Microsoft Excel is not just for office work. It is a money-making tool hiding in a plain sight, right? So whether you are looking to earn on the side, right, or start a digital business. Before I start my business with my partner, which is Digital World, I was making money just by doing freelancing and selling courses. Those are the 2 things I was doing. Now I was making money before we finally decided to start Digital World. And currently now in Lagos, we have 3 different branches, right? 3 different branches. And I'm still doing it. I'm not say, okay, because I have a business now, I want to stop. No. I'm still doing it up till today. I'm still making money with that. Now, I'm going to share with you 3 different ways that I've used. But currently now, I'm using 2 now. I'm using 2. I'm going to talk about the 2. But let's start with the very first one, which is freelancing opportunity. Freelancing opportunities. Now, turn your Excel skill into cash by helping clients around the world. Now, doing freelancing, getting a gig, which is a project, right? And work on it, submit it back, and they pay you, right? So we have popular freelancing sites, which is Upwork and Fiverr. Those are the 2 that I use, Upwork and Fiverr. Now, I have some people that use freelancer.com and they are making money with it, but I don't use it. I have some people that use People Per Hour also, they are making money with it, but I myself don't use it. The 2 that I've used is Fiverr and Upwork. Now, I'm going to show you my Upwork account. I'm not going to show you my Fiverr account. I'll just go to the home page of Fiverr. But let me show you my Upwork account. This is my Upwork. Like you can see, let me refresh this page. Let me even see my profile. I have some notification here, but I have 6 proposals already that I sent today. If you are working with me, you know I send proposals almost every day. What's going on? Answer me. Challenge. I'm not doing challenge. Oh God. Let's come up. Wow, I don't know why the network is so slow. Right? Now, why Upwork is coming up, let me go into Fiverr. Let me just clear this out and just do upwork.com and see. I don't know why this network is so slow. Let me come here and log into my Upwork account again. I don't know, network is kind of slow today. Maybe I should just connect to Wi-Fi. Okay, it's going already. All right. So I have 26 more days for my job alert, but that's actually not what I want. Now, this is my own personal account, right? Now you can see I have 6 proposals already. If you want to see your proposal, the moment you have this account, just come to find work, right? I don't know why it's so slow today. Find work, you will see proposal right here. Then you can see all your proposal that you've sent. Let me see this Fiverr. Now, if you look, base here now, you can see this person. I told you, like, the one that I apply for the most is on Excel, right? The one that I apply for the most is on Excel. And you can see this person consolidates Excel data into a single workbook. That is, the Excel data is different, is on different sheets. I'll still come back to apply for this gig, right? I have 6 proposals that I've already sent. That's why I stopped sending proposal. But I don't know why network is so bad. My badge is currently active because I don't have any project I'm working on currently, so I'm applying for gigs here. Now, if you look at this, consolidate Excel data into a single workbook. Now, if you remember when I was defining data analysis, I talk about organizing your data. That is what you are doing here, right? Into a single workbook. That is bringing your data from different departments and joining it together and create pivot table to make data searchable. That is, create a pivot table. Now, the estimated budget for this one is $50. And what are you just going to do? Just to join the data together and create pivot table, and they are going to pay you $50 for that. Now, let's read it. Excel specialist needed. What they write here? Excel specialist needed to consolidate media staffing data, which means this is a media company, right? And they want to join all their staff data together, right? And build pivot analysis. Now, here, you are not asked to build visualization. What you're asked to do is build a pivot table with it. And building a pivot table is very, very simple. I'm going to show you that. I'm seeking a highly skilled Excel expert to consolidate multiple spreadsheets. That is, multiple spreadsheets. You have spreadsheet 1, you have another one, you have another one, you have another one. Joining all of them together, right? Joining all of them together to what? To form one master data and analyze it using pivot table, right? And their primary goal, okay, it has come up. Now, if you check my availability badge, it's on because I'm available for project. And I currently have 6 proposals that I've sent. If I come here, proposal and offer, I have sent about 60. I have some notification, but probably they've applied. Someone has approved my proposal. I don't know. I'm so happy whenever I see this notification, but I'm not sharing it with you. I know a lot of people want me to click on this. I'm not sharing it with you. You're not share my money with me. Are you going to help me to do the work? Are you going to help me to do the work? Answer now. So I'm not clicking on that notification for now. Right? Maybe someone has approved my proposal. Now you can see here now. And this now, let me tell you one thing. If you are working on Upwork, right? If you are using Upwork, one of the things I always tell my students to look out for is these people, right? These people, these things here, their payment is verified and they spent about $400 plus, which means this person used to spend money, right? This person used to spend money. So if I just want to apply for this, I'll just click on it, right? So the moment I click on it, it's going to bring something out. Now you can see I can just apply for the job right here, right? I can just apply for the job right here. You can see how easy it is. Let me save this job. I'm coming back to apply for it, right? I can just apply for it right there. And that is how I do my thing. You see, this is one project, right? You can see now, this is for people that have knowledge on SPSS, which is me. I know SPSS, right? I know SPSS very well. So this one now is spending $10. All this $10 job, I don't really do it. But this person has actually spent a lot of money, right? This person has actually spent a lot of money. So I need someone who can convert my SPSS to CSV file. Just open it on SPSS and save it as CSV file, right? You can see, very simple. And they are going to pay you $10 for it. This won't even take you more than 5 to 10 minutes to do it. This one that they are going to pay you $10. But I'm not applying for it. The money is small. Now, another thing is, this one, do you see this person is ready to spend? Estimated budget is how much? Estimated budget is how much? $500. I love this type of project. I will save it. I love that type of project. I'll save it. Someone said I can do the consolidate outlet. Give me a chance to do it while we share the pay. I can do it too now. I can do it too now. Why should I do it? Why should I share it with you? It's just $50. It's not that much. If it is this $500 gig now, if I finally get it, then we can share it. I can give you $100. So we are seeking a skilled freelancer to simplify and lock existing spreadsheets. Locking existing spreadsheets is very simple. Let me show you. You can lock a spreadsheet. Where do we do that before? Yes, this freeze pane, you can freeze some columns right here just to lock it down so that nobody can do it. And another way is you can lock it by this protect sheet, whereby nobody can do it. Nobody can do anything to that spreadsheet. So this project now, what they want us to do is to lock existing spreadsheets, whereby nobody can do anything to that spreadsheet, right? So the goal is to enhance usability while ensuring that data remains protected. You say, I'm not even ready to this place, but I know what they want to do, right? I know what they want to do. They want you to protect the worksheet, and they are willing to pay you $500 just to protect worksheets, right? Just to protect worksheets. They are going to pay you $500. I hope I've saved this project. I'm coming back after the webinar. I come and apply for it. $500 is waiting for me. Right? You can see I've sent about 6 proposals already. Now, one thing I always look out for is this payment verified. Now, let me scroll down and show you something. Now, if you see this person, payment verified, but this person has not spent any money, I don't really apply for this type of project. This is remote work, right? This is remote work. You are going to sign a contract with this person and work with the person for like a month. And if the person like you, you can work for more than a month. I've had the organization whereby I work for them for about 2 years and they are paying me $1,000 per month, right? So now this is type of remote work, right? But this person, I'm not going to apply, though the payment is verified, but the person has not spent any money. So I don't want to waste my time, whereby I will do job. Now, if you are just getting started in this place, right, and you don't know, if you apply for this type of project for people that have not spent any money, right, you'll notice that they might not pay you. You just send them the job and they will not end up paying. So all these people that have not spent money, I don't really apply for them, right? Now, it's also in a case whereby the person just started using Upwork, right? And the person, this is the very first project that this person has given. I do a lot of research on this. I try to see if this person has given other projects to check, right? There are ways to check that. Now you can see a whole lot of projects, and they are even Google Sheets, right? They are Google Sheets. They are Google Sheets, right? Whereby this person, now you can get a lot of remote job from this Upwork. From this Upwork alone. I've gotten a lot of remote work from this Upwork before I even started my own business, right? Before I started my own business, I've gotten a lot of remote jobs from this, right? Another thing is this Fiverr. Every day, Fiverr always change their interface every single day. So if you search for, let's say you want to start as a data entry, and you search for data entry, now you will see how much people are charging. If not for network, the network is kind of slow. Now you can see data entry jobs here. Now you are not applying for gig. People are coming to apply, right, for your own gig. They are coming to say, okay, I have this work, come and do it for me, right? And you can see this person is charging $20 just to do data entry. just to do data entry. You can see web scraping. Web scraping is very, very easy. There are lots of software that can help us to scrape information from websites, right? Right? Data mining, data entry, copy and paste. And this person is just using Excel, CSV, and one more. Delivery time is less than 12 hours. And you can see this person has already gotten over 493 jobs, right? Over 493 jobs. Right? This is another person that has gotten over 67 jobs. Now multiply $20 by 67. If you don't get job on Upwork, you will get job on Fiverr. That's why I use the tool. It's asking me to sign in. I'm not signing in. Right? You can see it right here. This is using freelancing. Right? Freelancing. Right? But the very first thing is you need to have the skill. That is freelancing. Another thing is selling Excel templates. I've done this in the past, but I actually don't do it again. This is one thing that you can actually start with. Selling Excel templates, right? So if I go to my Excel now, right, and I want to get a template, how do I get the template? It's already there in Excel, right? If you go to File here and you go to New, you can see a whole lot of templates, right? A whole lot of templates. So let's say someone wants me to create a template for budget, right? So they want a template that they can use for their budget. So I just click on budget right here, and this will give me a lot of templates that I can use right here. All I just have to do is change it to that person's information and sell it to the person. I don't have to create a template myself. It's right here on Excel. There are a lot of templates that you can actually work with, right? You can use one template as many times as possible. All you just have to do is change the information, because you are not selling it to the same person, right? Change the information, change some colors, right? You are not selling it to the same person, right? That is selling Excel templates. Selling Excel templates. So you can use XCZ, you can use Gumroad, you can use Sellfile, you can own your own Shopify or WordPress. But I never do this. I don't own WordPress sites. I can build websites with WordPress, but I don't do it for myself, right? I get people that will pay me I build websites too. I just got a gig of 350K just to build a website. Yesterday, yeah, I said, oh, wow. I said I don't have any project I'm working on. I've not started, sharp. I can still play. I can still play. Though I've gotten my money, but I can still play. So this is another thing that I do. I build websites with WordPress, right? So you can see, you can also sell templates on different platforms. Are you guys learning something? Are you guys learning something? Are you guys learning? Are you guys still learning something? Another thing is the thing that I'm doing today. I'm still doing it. Teaching online. Teaching. There's money in teaching. Oh. There's money in teaching. If you want to come for my own premium class, one-on-one class, the minimum I charge is $250, $300 just to teach you Excel for 6 weeks. I charge $250, $300 just to teach you Excel for my own one-on-one class. You want to come for me alone to take you, right? I charge $300, $250, $300. You can ask, that is how much I charge. $250, $300 for my own one-on-one class. Before, I used to charge $150, $200 in Nigeria, not dollar, right? Naira, right? I charge $250,000, $300,000 to teach on one-on-one. Now, if you want to join my batch is very, very cheaper, right? But if you are coming from one of batches, you have a group of people, and you want me to take all of them together. And I don't take a batch of 5, 10 people. No, I don't do that. If you tell me that, okay, you want me to teach 5 or 10 people, I will still charge around 70, 80K, right? The last one I did, I have 5 people, right? I collected 100K from each of them. And it's still live on Zoom. I'm still teaching 5 people the same way I will teach one person. There's money on Zoom, on teaching course online. There's money there. People are going to pay you for that. The person that was working with Amazon, how much do you think I charge the person? that is working is still working there. How much do you think I charge that person? How much? Can you guess? Can you guess? And once I know that you are working with Amazon, do you think I will charge you 200K? No. You are working with Amazon. Why should I charge you 200K? He's a Nigerian working with Amazon. Why should I charge you 200K? The person that is working with Deloitte, why should I charge that person 200K? How much is Amazon paying you? Now, another thing is, let's say you are shy, you can't talk, right? You don't want to talk to people the same way I talk, right? You can record a course. If you go to Udemy, there are courses there. I used to buy courses on Udemy. There are courses there on Udemy. What do you think record those courses? Are you not paying to buy those courses on Udemy? Now, when I first started, I told you I used to sell courses and work as a freelancer, right? I recorded over 40 Excel videos and I was selling it. I run Facebook ad and I was selling it to people. And I was still doing my freelancing, right? And I'm still doing my freelancing. If anything did not work today, I know that all I just have to do is sit up, record the course, and run adverts. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it. And I'll get people that will come for my one-on-one training. Right? Now, all those courses that you see on Udemy. Now, when I started my own, I did not even upload it to Udemy. Now, I have my own, we have our own, DataWorks has our own elements now, whereby we don't need to use Udemy again. Right? We have our own elements now, whereby you can go there, watch the video. Right? But I did not even upload my own to Udemy because I didn't have that time. What did I do? I uploaded it to my Google Drive. Right? I uploaded it to my Google Drive, and if you come to me that you want to buy the course, I will send you, you pay me, I'll send you the link, then you have your course. Simple. If you have any question, you can just come back to me on a phone call, 5 minutes. I'm done. Answer your question, and you are good to go. Right? So let's leave monetization now. Let's go into practical. How many of us are ready for this practical? Let's do one or two things in practical so that you see what people are paying for. How many of us are ready for this practical? You can see Excel there is monetization, right? You know, there are ways you can, those are just the ways that I use. There are still different ways that other people use to make money online. There are different ways that other people use to make money online. Now, one of those ways is forecasting, right? One of those ways is forecasting. People are paying for forecasting. If I come here now to my Upwork account, I'm not clicking on another person's account, to my Upwork account, and I search for forecasting work, right? Forecasting, right, on Upwork. It's going to ask me, am I a robot? Do I look like a robot to you? I've verified my account. Why are you still asking me, verify you are human? No, I'm a robot. Almost every time. Now, this thing always pisses me up about Upwork, right? Now you can see forecasting is a remote job. This person is looking for someone that will work for 1 to 3 months, and it will be paying you $15 hour. Now I charge $15 per hour. Let me see if I can log into my own profile. Right? I charge $15 per hour. $15 per hour. If I want to go on a contract job with you, you can see I charge $15 per hour. Right? What's the real value for your data? Let me help you to do the story. But you can see here, I charge $15 per hour. So if you are taking me on a contract job, you are paying me $15 per hour. Right? So if I spend 3 hours with you, that is $45 on daily basis, and I'll get my money immediately. You are going to send it to my Upwork account. From my Upwork account, I can direct it to my bank. Simple as that, right? But I'm not showing you how to do that yet, right? So now, the first thing is forecasting. Now you can see forecasting. Now people don't used to do what do we call it again? A one-time gig on forecasting. It's almost every time a contract work, right? People will pay you hourly for it, for forecasting. So they are paying hour. So if you don't do 3 months, they can charge. You can do 6 months. You can do 1 year. I've worked for an organization whereby all I was doing for them was forecasting, and I worked with them for like a year or more. I called the contract myself, right? Because I have seen another contract that paid me higher, right? Now how do we forecast? Now, this is a data set for a company, and let's say they gave me this data set and they want me to forecast this ends in 2021, and they want me to forecast 2022, 2023 to 2025, right? So that's what they want me to forecast. So how do we do that? All I just have to do is highlight the data set, right? Highlight everything, right? Go to the data tab. Now, if I'm using Excel, there's something called this forecast sheet. Forecast sheet. So if I click on forecast sheet, all I have to do is come here and put the end date. So let's say I want this to end on 31st of October 2025. I want the forecast to end there. 2025. That's where I want the forecast to end. Right? So all I just have to do is click on create. Now this will create a new data set for me. And you can see I have the visualization. I have the chart. Right? I have the chart right here. So you can see, if I scroll down to this point, it's going to help me to forecast till 31st of October 2025. Now, if you note, this is where their data ends, 31st of July 2021. Now, I've been able to forecast from 2021 to 2025, right? To 2025. Now, for me, for that company that I work with, I did a VBA code that will automatically help me to do it. Right? I had a VBA code that I don't need to do this step again. It's going to automatically help me to do it. Right? But if you are just getting started, let's say you don't know forecasting, right? Someone said I should come again. Let me Control-Z it and return it. Let's say we don't have any knowledge on forecasting, right? And you want to do it. You don't know VBA, right? That can help you to automate it. So all you just have to do is highlight the data, go to the data tab and click on forecast sheet, right? And you put the date that you want your forecast to end. So like I can say, okay, I want this to end on October 31st, 2026. Let's say they want the forecast to end in 2026. I'll just put 2026 there, right? Click on create, and this will create it for me. Now, if you look now, this is no more 2025, is now 2026, right? Is now 2026. And here now, this will give them a budget, right? They have something that we call the lower confidence and the upper confidence. We are going to talk about that later, not now, right? Now, you can see right here now, we do forecasting. I've done forecasting right here, right? That is forecasting. People are going to pay for that. And you can see on Upwork, if you go to find work again, right? And you search for forecast. Most of forecasting jobs are always a contract job, right? Forecasting. Most of forecasting jobs are always a contract job. They are always a contract job. So this is 1 hour Excel test. This person wants someone to help. You can say another person, payment unverified. Never in your life apply for this type of project. Please and please, if you are using Upwork, never in your life apply for any payment that is unverified. If you notice that this payment is unverified, that means the person has not verified his or her payment. So the person cannot make payment. The person cannot pay. So don't ever apply for this type of project. I will leave that. Now you come here now, you will see another thing, payment verified, 1 to 3 months, right? You see another one. This person is ready to spend $200 just on forecasting, right? This person is ready to spend cost of goods sold, self-pricing, profitable modeling, and all these ones. They are simple things. And this person is ready to spend, it's less than a month, right? Which means we can work for this person for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks to do forecasting, right? So all these things, right? You can see how easy it is to do it with Microsoft Excel. Now let's go to data visualization. Let's search for data visualization, right? Data visualization, right? Now, if you're searching for data visualization now, fully remote contract position. But what did I say about payment unverified? What did I say about payment unverified? This person is offering you fully remote contract position, right? 3 to 6 months. But what did I say? Who can remind me? What did I say about people that their payment is unverified? Okay, don't talk. Are you still here? Run from them. Do not apply. Do not apply because their payment is unverified. Their payment is unverified, which means they might not pay you because they are yet to verify their payment. My account is verified. If you see people that their account is verified, those are the type of people that you should apply for their job, right? This is another one, remote job. Senior Tableau data developer. This is in 3 to 6 months, and this person is ready to spend $25 to $45 per hour, right? This person is ready to spend $25 to $45 per hour. This is data visualization. Now, how do we do data visualization? Let's say, for instance, I have this data and they ask me to get the total revenue for the month for each month, right? Total revenue for each month. Total revenue for each month. Now, if you look at my date here, I don't have the month name and I don't have the day name. So, but they asked me to visualize the total revenue for each month. Now, the very first thing that I'll do is insert a new column and generate. Let's say I want to get the day name. I'll use a formula to do it. But let me put my data in a table first before doing that. So, to put your data in a table, right, you can go to insert, right? You can go to insert, you go to table, right? Just click on table and click on OK. This will put your data in the table. Now, let me generate the day name. I'll come here, day name. If you are new, don't worry about all these things. It's still something we are going to talk about in class, right? It's going to be equals to text, right? Select the date, comma, in double quotes, DDDD, double quotes, close your bracket, press enter. This will generate the day name for you. Let me generate the month name, right? Month name, I say equals to text, right? Select the date, comma, in double quotes, MMMM, double quotes, close your brackets, press enter. This will generate the month name for you, right? Now, the question is, visualize the total revenue for each month, right? Visualize the total revenue for each month. So all I just have to do is come here, summarize the pivot table. Click on summarize the pivot table, right? This will put your data in pivot table. Do you remember the first project that we saw that said we should put our project in pivot table? Simple. This is pivot table. This is pivot table. You should put your data in pivot table. I'll go and apply for that job before anybody. Okay, so come here, drag the month name, drop it in the row, right? Drag the revenue, drop it in the values. Here, like this. We have our data in pivot table. Fine, I'm done with that project. But in a situation whereby they said I should visualize, so all I just have to do is come to pivot chart, right? I'm just going to go with this column chart because of our time. I just click on OK. And here you can see this is the total revenue for each month in chart, right? For each month in chart. I know at this point, a lot of people will be feeling like this one. Like, wow, Hakeem, I've learned a lot. I need to blow off my head. How many of you are feeling like, wow, this is great? How many of you are feeling like, wow, this is great? I never expected it. Right? How many of you are feeling like, wow, this is great? Right? Now, a lot of people are thinking of Excel. You can see the possibility with Excel. Most of you that are saying, oh, you want remote job. You can see how easy it is. Now, I'm not telling you that it's going to something that works in 1 month, in 2 months. No. You have to be ready to learn, right? You have to be ready to learn. You have to be ready to learn. Do you understand? You have to be ready to learn. It might take you 1 month to get your first project, right? You can't say, okay, me that I've been doing it for quite a while, right? And I'm going to get my project immediately. It might take you 1 month to get your first project. It might take you 2 weeks. It might take you 3 weeks to get your project. Some people, it might take them just 1 day. It might take them 2 days to get their first project. But the moment you land your first project, your second project, third project, all other ones are going to follow through. Do you understand? All right, let me ask you a question. How many of us here today would love to become a pro with Excel and make money with it? If you are here today and you love to become a pro in Excel and make money with it, I'm asking the question, how many of us here today would love to become a pro and make money with it? Okay. Now let me tell you. That is fine. Right? That's fine. Now let me tell you. Learning Microsoft Excel is not something you can do in one class. Right? Everything that we've covered today, it took me a lot of time to come up with it. Right? Working with in my freelancing, I don't just apply for projects on Upwork. If you post a project on Upwork, let's say you post a project on Upwork and I apply for it, you are going to meet me on your LinkedIn account. My LinkedIn is a premium account. I will message you on LinkedIn. I will scrap your email on LinkedIn and send you a mail, right? I will send you a mail, right? That Mr. So, I apply for your project on Upwork. These are my portfolio. These are the things I've worked on, right? I will send you a mail. I will go to your social media and to look for you and follow you, like your comment. You will see me. I will like your comment, do a lot of other things, right? It's not something that you just sit down and keep on applying and applying and applying. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to be very, very intentional about it. How many of us here are ready to put in the work? Now, all of you are saying hi. But how many of us here are ready to put in the work? How many of us here are ready to sacrifice? Now, if I say I'm doing a remote job, there are days whereby I sleep by 3. There are days whereby I sleep by 4. I work with some organization whereby there are time difference. They are not in Nigeria. There are time difference. Whereby I have to do their work by 12 a.m., right? And sleep around 3 or 4 a.m. How many of you here can do that? How many of you here are ready to sacrifice that? If you want to make money, you have to be ready to sacrifice some things. Right? You have to be ready to sacrifice. No, I'm not saying it's every time you'll be working at night. There are some companies whereby your time is the same thing. Right? There are some countries whereby you have different time. Right? So you should be ready to put in the work. Right? You should be ready to put in the work. Now, let me tell you, it's not something you can learn in just one day. Right? It's not something that you can learn in one day. That's why I came up with a 6 weeks live class where you are going to be with me and my team, myself and my team. Like I said, I have a business already and I have a team of people, but I left a lot of people that are working with me. So if you see me, I don't just apply for gig on Excel alone. I apply for gig on web design. Like I said, I just got a web design gig of 350K that my team will work on, right? So now, if you look at it, this is a 6 weeks live class. This is where your sacrifice starts. 6 weeks live class. Are you ready to sacrifice 6 weeks and join class? Try not to miss any class every Friday and Saturday. We call it the Ultimate Excel Mastery and Income Blueprint. Now, this is where I'm going to show you different things. What are you going to learn in this 6 weeks live class? In this 6 weeks live class, we are going to start from the total basics of Excel. Total basics, introduction to Microsoft Excel. And you're ready to learn over 50 Microsoft Excel formula. Over 50 Microsoft Excel formula, data validation with Microsoft Excel, how to work with date and time data sets, data cleaning with Excel formulas, right? Microsoft Excel table, Microsoft Excel pivot table, charts, slicer and timeline, data manipulation, dashboard creation, forecasting, right? How to create an amazing resume, right? How to create an amazing resume, freelancing, portfolio creation. As an analyst, you must be ready to have a portfolio. Like, let me show you, I have a GitHub portfolio, right? You must be ready to have a portfolio. This is my GitHub portfolio, right? You must be ready to have portfolio. Like you can see, I have a lot of projects on my portfolio, right? A lot of projects on my portfolio. You can see I have Python, I have R, I have VBA, I have other things, I have Power BI. Right? This terrorist attack is Power BI project, right? How to create a portfolio and how to optimize your LinkedIn account. If you want to start sending people proposal on LinkedIn, your own LinkedIn account must be fully optimized, right? How to optimize your LinkedIn account. Now let's go. Now let's talk about it. You remember I said I have recorded videos. I recorded over 40 videos, right? And I'm going to give you this for free. I used to sell it for 35,000. But if you are joining this live class, I'm going to give you access to that recorded video for free. But mind you, that recorded video is just a support system, right? It's just a support. It's a live class for the next 6 weeks. It's a live class. You are going to get Excel handouts and different data sets. So you should be ready to put in the work, right? You are going to be in class every single week. The class comes up every Friday and Saturday, every single week, right? You are going to get done with 2 projects. Let's say you get a project on Upwork and Fiverr and you don't know how to do it. You can message any of my team or message myself, message me, so that we can work on it together for you to know how to go about it, so that next time you don't have to. Now, let me tell you, if you are learning something, if you are telling me that you are learning something and you don't get stuck somewhere, that means you are not learning. You will get stuck. It's normal. This is what we all do. Myself, that I've been doing it for over 5 years. I've been doing it for over 5 years, right? I used to get stuck, even though every single time, especially when I'm running Python code, I run error code, right? 8:30 p.m. every Friday and Saturday. Now, you are not just going to learn from me alone. You are going to learn from other experts too, right? Other experts. At the end of the class, you are going to get a certificate, because in your Upwork account, you need to upload a certificate. So you are going to get a certificate. Now, before you get your certificate, you will write exam, right? You will write exam. So you are going to get a certificate. You are going to get LinkedIn optimization training. How to record and sell your first course. Let's say you don't want to do freelancing. You want to start selling courses online. How can you record and sell it, right? How to apply for a remote job. I just showed you some, right, on Upwork. How can you apply for remote jobs? How can you write proposal, right? And you can get the opportunity to work with us directly. I used to get a lot of projects whereby there are sometimes that I used to take myself. I used to take a lot of projects. Like I said, I sent out 6 proposals yesterday, right? I sent out 6 proposals yesterday. For instance, let's say they approve all the 6 proposals. I can't do all the 6 work myself, right? So I give some out to my team and I give some out to my students. So you can work with us directly. And like I said, I have partners too. They also use different freelancing platforms to get gigs, right? So all these projects, we have a department called Swift department, whereby we work on projects. So you can get the opportunity to join this department. If you notice that we are good, you are good, rather. Do you understand? Now, this is a 6 weeks live class that comes up every Friday and Saturday. These are some, what do we call it? Testimonials from some of my students. From some of my students. You can see most of them are in groups, right? Excel batch, advanced Excel batch. Now, the question is, how much do you think I should charge you for this? Now, knowing fully well that for my premium class, I charge 350, 400, 250, 350, 400. That is how much I charge. How much do you think I should charge you for batch? You want to join a batch now? There's an existing batch that will start this Friday. We already have about 40 people there, right? So now the class will start on Friday. How much do you think I should charge you to join this batch? That is the question. I'm giving you open tickets. I used to make money from this. So if I'm teaching you for free, I'm not losing anything. But I have to pay for Zoom, I have to pay for data, right? So how much do you think I should charge you for that? Answer before I call my price now. How much do you think I should charge you? Type it. 5K for what? I can't even do 10K. Okay, 50K. All right. 5K. No, 5K is no. 30K. All right. 2K. They play. 2K is not even enough for me to do data on daily basis. My data is 20K if I'm doing data for Wi-Fi, right? If you notice my internet, I have about 5 or 6 Wi-Fi that is active, right? Myself, and I have 2 other Wi-Fi. These 2 Wi-Fi now, I will charge 25K for each of them, right? And lasts about 2-3 weeks. That is 50K on data alone. Not to even talk of my own personal data. 10K. All right. Okay, for poor man pidgin. Someone is saying 10K. All right, so let's go there. How much am I charging you for this? I'm charging you 40K. 40,000 naira if you're in Nigeria. And if you're in Ghana, it's just 400 Ghana cedis. If you are in Cameroon, it's just 14,000 CFA. Now, because you sacrifice to wait till the end of this class, I'm going to do a huge discount. I don't used to do it, right? If you come after this class, it's 40K that I charge to join batch, right? It's 40K. So tonight, if I can get the very first 15 people, just 15 people, yes, the webinar is free. All these things I've shown you, I did not collect money now. But if you want to join this live class, 6 weeks live class, right? The webinar is free. You not pay any money to join here, right? So the webinar is totally free. But the live class now, 6 weeks live class, now the very first 15 people that will pay before the end of this webinar, very first 15 people. So we have about 8 minutes left before the webinar will end. 8 minutes left before the webinar will end. So the very first 15 people that will pay just 10,000 Naira if you're in Nigeria, and we pay 100 Ghana cedis if you're in Ghana, and just 4,000 CFA if you're in Cameroon. The very first 15 people. Now, these 15 people, we get access to all my classes on LinkedIn optimization, right? How to record and sell your first online course. Remote job success guide, right? Remote job success guide. Complete Microsoft Word course and complete PowerPoint course. And you will also get a lifetime access to my private mentorship. Lifetime access. So if you have any question, you can always reach out to me. You can always reach out to me, right? You can always reach out to me. Lifetime access to me. You can always call me. You can always send me a DM whenever you have any question. It's just 10,000 Naira if you're in Nigeria. And if you're in Ghana, it's just 100 Ghana cedis. If you're in Cameroon, it's just 4,000 CFA. So if you're in Nigeria, you can pay into MoneyPoint, Digital World Tech Academy online, right? 5495591922 for Nigeria. If you're in Ghana, you can pay into Vodacash, right? 0504389060. And if you're in Cameroon, you can pay into Momo 6823044118. Now we have just 8 minutes for the very first 15 people. After that, we are going back to 40K. Now let me show you what you are going to get access to. Now, the moment you make your payment, right, you fill a registration form. So in that registration form, you are going to get a receipt that looks like this. The account number has been dropped in the group. You can pick it. Now you will receive a form within 24 hours, but after you fill the form, you'll be added to the paid group, right? You'll be added to the paid group. Then within 24 hours, you are going to receive a receipt in your mail. Now, while filling the registration form, make sure that it's correct, right? Make sure that your email is correct while filling the registration form. Now, if you look at this, you see study data analysis, right? So if I click on study data analysis, your email and password will be here, right? So just click on study data analysis, right? So you click on study data analysis, right? So once you click on study data analysis, all you just have to do is log into the account. Now you will see you are going to receive one course here. For me, I have 3 courses right here that I subscribe for, that I just gave access to. It's myself, right? So just click on my course, right? So you can say I have access to video editing, I have digital marketing, and I have data analysis, right? Developed by myself, right? All you just have to do is click on study. Just click on study. So once you click on study, you are going to see all the recorded video. So I said you receive a receipt, right? You click on study data analysis. Once you click on study data analysis, your login detail will be part of this email that you are going to receive, right? So your email and password will be part. That's what you use to log in. Then once you log in, just click on my course, right? Then you will see data analysis. So I'm giving you, for all the people that will make payment tonight, you will get access to my full data analysis course, which contains Excel, Power BI, and SQL, right? It's going to contain Excel, Power BI, and SQL. Then you can start going through this. But
So
note,
welcome to the data analytics masterclass.
now you can see this is a recorded video, but the class is a live class that happens every Friday and Saturday. So you can start going through this before your class on Friday. The class is starting this Friday, right? The class is starting this Friday. So this is a part of the recorded video that I was selling before. The ultimate Excel course, that was the name that I named, that was the name that I gave to it.
But let's forget to upgrade to 2019 or 2020.
Now you can see it.
Now, it's going to print me.
You can start going through this one by one, right? Before your class on Friday, right? Before your class on Friday. Right? So you can start going through this. Now, if you are part of the very first 15 people that are paid tonight, you are going to get access to all this, including Power BI, right? MySQL, and you still have access to bonuses, how to create a portfolio, how to upload a project on Portfolio, how to create a resume with Canva, LinkedIn optimization, freelancing, right? You get access to that. And we are still updating this every single day. And you also get access to my Python Essential class. So you see Introduction to Data Science, Introduction to Python, right? Introduction to Python, Python variables, Python data type. All these are what you are going to get access to. All these are what you are going to get access to. But note, this is a live class. Everything that you see here is...
So, we stopped at...
Now you can see writing Python code. If you can go through it, you can start writing your own Python code. But this is not going to be in live class. The live class is going to focus more on learning Excel, right? And starting from the total basis of Excel and monetization of skill. So what you are going to start with on Friday is the introduction to the course. Then after that, you are going to start with LinkedIn optimization, resume creation, right? Resume creation, what else? Freelancing, right? Freelancing with Fiverr and Upwork. We are going to talk about that. Then after you learn all those things, you are now going to go into learning Excel directly, right? So let me take one or two questions. Now, is 10,000 naira if you want to pay tonight? Is 10,000 naira if you want to pay tonight? If you are in Nigeria, and if you are in Ghana, is 100 Ghana cedis. If you are in Cameroon, is 4,000 CFA if you want to pay tonight. But after tonight, the price goes back. Now we have 1 minute left. We have 1 minute left. So I'm going to give extra 5 minutes to answer questions. So if you can pay within the range of before this webinar will end. So after the end of this webinar, the price goes back up to 40,000 naira. The account detail has been dropped in the group, and this is it right here on my screen. If you are in Nigeria, you pay into MoneyPoint, Digital World Tech Academy Online. This is the account number, right? If you are in Ghana, you pay into this account, right? And if you are in Cameroon, you pay into Momo, right? You pay into Momo. So if you are in Ghana, you pay into Vodacom. So if you want to send me, once you make your payment, drop your payment proof in the group, right? Once you make your payment, drop your payment proof in the group, right? So you drop your payment proof in the group so that our admin can confirm your payment. Our admin can confirm your payment. So once they confirm your payment, you will send them a DM. So once you send them a DM, they are going to send you a registration form, right? Once you send you a registration form, you'll be added to the paid group. Now, make sure that the information you put in the registration form is complete, is correct, right? So if the group is locked, send it to my DM. Send it to my WhatsApp number. This is my WhatsApp number, +234 9116142614. That is my personal WhatsApp number. You can send it to me. All right. So I will attend to you after the webinar. All right, let me take HP. HP, please unmute. If you have a question, you can raise your hand now. Let me take your question. You have 4 minutes left for those that are making payment. If you are making
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, please. My question is, you are aware a class is currently going on, that is for every Friday and Saturday.
If you are in that class, If you are in that
Yeah.
class, don't worry about this.
Okay.
You are in Excel class, right? Or data analysis class?
Yeah.
Which
Excel.
of the Excel class? Mr. Ike is the
Yes.
one currently taking you. That means
Yes.
you've done your own Fiverr account. Have you created your own Fiverr account? I don't want to.
I've not created, but we've been taught.
You see? Take
Mhm.
action. Take action. You have been
Mm.
taught, but create your own.
Yeah, I've created my GitHub.
This is like your third week in Excel.
LinkedIn is on, yeah.
So your
My
LinkedIn is
LinkedIn
active
is on.
already.
Yes, and my GitHub.
Your
But I've
GitHub
not
is active.
created. Yes.
So why
I've
are
not
you
created
not?
by yeah.
Yeah, create your Fiverr account already. You can start making
Do
money
that.
with data entry.
I'll do that, sir.
Please take action.
Yes, sir.
Please. You don't have to join this one. This is a new batch that just want to start. If you've joined the
Oh.
previous one, you've been taught everything that they are going to also learn in this class. So take action, please.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You don't have to join this one.
Okay. Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
You're welcome. See what I'm talking about? If you join the class, it's not just about joining class, please. If you are not ready to take action, don't bother to join the class. Do you understand? After your class, immediately you learn anything. If it is GitHub that you learn today, that is how to create a portfolio, right? I also have portfolio now, and I upload. You can see updated 3 days ago, updated 2 weeks ago, right? I used to upload my own. This is a project I did recently, right? I posted it on my own GitHub account 3 days ago. Always update, take actions, please. Take action. This is 2 weeks ago, right? Those are the projects I've worked on. Then you upload it on your GitHub. So if you get the project here, after you are done, remove the name of the person that gave you the project, then upload it to your own GitHub account. Make sure that your LinkedIn is fully active. The class is starting on Friday, this Friday. The class is starting this Friday, right? So I'm taking question. If you have a question, this Friday and Saturday, we are starting this Friday. The class is starting this Friday. Is there any other question from anybody before we call it a day? We have 2 minutes more before the price goes back to 40,000. We have 2 minutes more before the price goes back to 40,000. We have just 2 minutes, just 2 minutes more before the price goes back up. Account detail, the account detail has been dropped in the group. You can pick it in the group, or you can pick it on this on my screen. Please, oh yeah, let me take 1 or 2 questions. How many people have you had? What time on Friday is Friday? 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. Nigerian time to 10 p.m. Nigerian time. That's the same time with Ghanaians, with Cameroonians. Now, if you are in Ghana, it's 7:30 p.m. if you are in Ghana. But if you are in Nigeria, it's 8:30. If you are in Nigeria, it's 8:30. So we have 10 people that have made payment. It's just 5 people that remained, and we have 1 minute left. We have 1 minute left. We have 1 minute left. It's just 5 minutes. It's just 1 minute that remains before the price goes back up. All right. Is there any other question from anybody? If you are already in an existing class whereby you've entered Excel, you don't have to join this one. You are still learning the same thing, right? All you have to do is take action. Do you understand? Take action. Okay, the replay of tonight's class. All right, I'll drop the replay, the slide, and the data set that I use so that you can also practice it with your own leisure time. Take action. All right, time up. Time up. Our time is up, right? Our time is up. So the price goes back. The price is back to 40,000 naira if you're in Nigeria, and if you're in Ghana, the price is 400 Ghana cedis. If you're in Cameroon, it's 14,000 CFA. Right? How many people are still willing to make payment? Let me see. If you made payment using USSD, no problem. Take a screenshot of the USSD and drop it in the group. Right? All right. Should I close the class? Should I close the price or still give you a little bit of time? Should I close it or give you a little bit of time to make payment? Time is 8:30 to 10. 8:30 to 10 p.m. Nigerian time. If you're in Ghana, it is 7:30 to 9 p.m. Ghanaian time. All right. So like I said, the price has gone back up to 40,000 because our time is up. So how many of you are still willing to make payment? Should we close it now, or I should still give you a little bit of time? If I don't see anybody, then the price goes back up. Okay, Mr. Someone is raising hand. Okay, he has dropped the hand. All right. So what do you think? What do you think? Oh, someone is sending me a DM. I can't respond to you now. What do you say? We should close the price, right? We should close it, right? All right. No problem. So that's that for tonight, right? So we are going to meet again on Friday. Okay, someone said I should extend it. Oh, wow. Give them till tomorrow. I have 3 people that has already sent me a DM that I should extend. Ah. Oh, now 4 people. Why can't you drop it here? Why are you sending it to my DM? Eh? I have 4 people that has already sent me a DM. Ah. I don't play. Just close it now. I'm not listening to anything. Okay, let's do it like this. Let me give you 24 hours, right? Like this Miss Grace said. He said we should give until 24 hours. So now the price is still 10,000 naira. If you are willing to pay tonight, right? The price is still 10,000 naira if you are willing to pay tonight. So after tomorrow, then the price goes back up to 40,000 naira. The price goes back up to 40,000 naira. Now note, if you come on Friday, the price is 40,000 naira because the class will start on Friday. Right, if you're in Nigeria, the price will be 40,000 naira. If you're in Ghana, the price will be 400 Ghana cedis. And if you're in Cameroon, the price will be 14,000 CFA, right? But if you are paying from now till tomorrow, if you have your payment, you can make it tonight. Now, all the people that will make payment tonight are the people that will get full access to all my data analysis course on their LMS. If you did not pay tonight, you are just going to get access to Excel, right? But if you can pay within 24 hours, you are going to get access to Excel and the bonuses in your LMS, right? All right. So I've tried now. Did I not try? So before we call it today, how many of you learned something new today? If you learned something new in today's class, let me know. Did you learn anything in today's class? Yes, I'll drop it. You learned anything new in today's class? The live class is on Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday. All right, Friday and Saturday, and you'll be added to the paid group. So the class link, the link to join the class is going to be a live class, will be dropped in the paid group. All right, so that's that for tonight. So if you have your payment, you can make your payment tonight so that you get access to all the bonuses and the live class and the every bonus, all the bonuses. So if you are paying tomorrow, you also get access to the LMS and some bonuses, right? So that's that for tonight. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate all of you and hope to see you in class on Friday by the special grace of God. We are going to meet in class on Friday by 8:30 p.m. Same time on Saturday, Nigerian time. And if you're in Ghana, 7:30 p.m. Ghanaian time, right? Every Friday and Saturday for the next 6 weeks. Now, like I said, it's not just about joining class, it's about taking action, right? You can join class and do not take action. If you don't take action, don't expect any results, right? If you don't take any action, don't expect any result. But if you want results, you have to take action. Please, you have to take action. After this webinar, I'm still going back to do projects, right? The project I got that they just paid me yesterday, I have to do it. I'm still sending out different proposals tonight, right? So I'm not saying because I'm making money with it, I want to stop, right? So you should always be ready to take action, take action. Please and please and please. That is that. How many of us are ready to take action? If you've paid and you are ready to take action, let me see you. You've paid and you're ready to take action. You've paid and you're ready to take action. Now, don't waste your money. If you are not ready to take action, don't pay. But if you are ready to take action, pay. Do you understand? All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for for joining tonight's class. I'll see you in class on Friday by the special grace of God, where I'll be in class. And on Saturday, you are going to meet one of my team member also that will take you through, which is Mr. Ife, right? Ayo. He's also a guru. He's a cybersecurity expert, right? He's a cybersecurity expert. He's using Fiverr and Upwork to get cybersecurity gig, right? So he'll be showing you how to create Fiverr accounts, how to create LinkedIn optimization, how to do portfolio creation, and you also see me in class, right? So that's that for tonight. So I will not be the one that will be taking you everything. You are going to meet my team member also. That's on that. I will see you in class on Friday. Thank you very, very much. And I will see you in class on Friday. Good night and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.